Please rise and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We come to this place from many directions. We come to this place from many directions and on many paths. Paths of achievement and discipline, paths of hard work, curiosity, and exploration. Together, we affirm the power of education, preparing us to engage a complex world with assurance, insight, and compassion. These roads have brought us to this place at this moment. Let us celebrate together what we have accomplished, and with a renewed belief in ourselves and in this community, let us look ahead to a future with promise and with hope.
Heartily today. I want to welcome our keynote speaker and honorary degree recipient, Maya Ashmira, and the chair of our Board of Trustees, Sylvia Betts-Gardner, both of whom will be speaking to you virtually today. Welcome to the trustees, staff, faculty, and friends of Cedar Crest College. And welcome to all of you parents, family members, friends, and other loved ones who have come to share the joy of this occasion. I am so happy to be able to gather with many of you in person to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, but I also feel the presence of our greater community who are here in spirit as they live stream the ceremony. I should have started by saying, please be seated. I apologize. I got overwhelmed by seeing all of you. I went off script. To the class of 2021, I want to say it has been my great privilege to get to know you. For those of you in the traditional School of Nursing, the undergraduates, you are the first class I have spent all 4 years with as president of the college, and it is my great honor to preside over your graduation ceremony. The Cedar Crest community is so proud of all of you and the work you have done to make it to this day. You persisted through tough times and moments when it may have seemed impossible to make it to graduation, while taking on the demands of your roles as parents, siblings, children, students, employees, and more. Your journey was disrupted by a pandemic that forced us into a new normal. The past 3 semesters have brought remarkable challenges, and you have risen to meet every one of them. Class of 2021, you will forever be defined by your resiliency, adaptability, and strength. In addition to these challenges, you have experienced joy and celebration in these years, and I feel privileged to have shared those moments with you. I hope you appreciate the magnitude of this accomplishment. Class of 2021, you have made it. And what a class you are. You came to us from 18 different states, from Utah to Texas to New Hampshire, and 11 different countries, including Libya, China, Saudi Arabia, the Dominican Republic, Cambodia, Cameroon, Colombia, Ethiopia, India, and Syria. Whether you came from near or far, you all have a home and a family at Cedar Crest. Many of you embarked on your sophomore expedition to Greece with me. Together, we traveled 5,000 miles away to Athens, traversing mountains, working with refugee children, and learning about Greek culture and the ancient world. Thank you for sharing that monumental experience with me. You are student athletes who, among postponed games, new guidelines, and disrupted seasons, have found continued success on and off the field. Our graduating Falcons have competed on teams that made first-ever appearances in CSAC playoffs, won championships, and made Cedar Crest stronger in our athletic contest. Softball seniors are staying on a little longer for Cedar Crest College's first appearance in an NCAA D3 tournament. Good luck, team. 9 of you make up the inaugural graduating class of Cedar Crest College's first ever doctoral program, the Doctor of Nursing Practice. Our DNP graduates are leaving as experts in their fields at a time when knowledgeable healthcare leaders are needed more than ever before. All of you endured a divisive political climate and election cycle. You advocated for social justice and continued to make sure your voices were heard. Your involvement in voter turnout campaigns led to repeated recognition for Cedar Crest for voter engagement. At a time when racial justice was at the forefront of national conversation, you organized on-campus events, engaged in meaningful discussion, and pushed our community to reflect and recommit to our values. You wrote and illustrated children's books, completed impressive internships, attended conferences, and gave presentations of your research in nursing, English, nutrition, biology, forensic science, and psychology. You exhibited your art and showcased your talents through theater productions and dances, adapting to pandemic restrictions and giving it your all to make sure the show would go on. Now you're ready to face your next adventure. Some of you will continue your education. Others will be joining the workforce at our schools and hospitals, women's shelters, adoption agencies, research facilities, and police departments. Whatever your next step, I know you will be successful. You are all the leaders of the future whose diverse talents, fearless independence, and unwavering confidence will change the world. In the few short years you were here, you distinguished yourselves academically, by your service on campus, and in our greater community. On behalf of all of us at Cedar Crest, I congratulate you on your achievements, large and small, public and personal. Your college journey has been unlike any other in history, and your Cedar Crest family is so proud of you. We send you into the world with our pride, our confidence, our hope, and our love. Let us all applaud the class of 2021.
President Meany, Provost Wilson, Dean Daly, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. Welcome from the Board of Trustees. And a very special congratulations to this year's graduates. Not only did you complete your degrees, which is challenging enough, but you did it during a time of terrifying pandemic throughout the world and very distressing social unrest here in the United States. I imagine that in the future, when you find yourself facing a challenge that feels overwhelming, you will look back and think, I finished that last year at Cedar Crest. I know I can do this. We know you are strong, we know you are persistent, and we know that Cedar Crest prepared you well for whatever you choose to do next. Remember to be kind. You will do well. Congratulations.
Good evening. As Dean of Students, it gives me great pleasure to introduce tonight's student speaker, Felicia Kern. She was chosen out of many applicants by a search panel made up of faculty and staff, and she truly embodies what it means to be a Cedar Crest student. After having been a stay-at-home parent and a caregiver for an ill family member, she chose to complete her education and obtain a registered nursing degree in order to return to the workforce. Felicia is a member of the Delta Pi chapter of the Sigma Lambda Society and the Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society of Nursing, and also the Tri Alpha Honor Society. Please join me in welcoming Felicia Kern.
Good evening. First, I would like to say welcome to everyone. To the graduating class, congratulations to all of us who have persevered through this experience and have made it to this momentous moment. Thank you to our families and friends who have stuck by us, and thank you to our faculty and partners of this college who have helped us meet our goals. As I pondered the question, how has my Cedar Crest college experience transformed and prepared me to make an uncertain world a better place, I reflect on how life has changed for all of us. This last year has been a whirlwind of emotion for most of us. As students, we have had to learn to navigate classes and clinicals in a very uncertain time, and anything could change daily. I thought the original question put forth by the Commencement Committee seemed very easy. I was wrong. It is just not that simple. I am nearly 51 years of age, and I still question nearly everything in life on a daily basis. But the one thing I do not question is my ability to do exactly what Cedar Crest has taught me, and that is to be the best every single day that I take care of my patients and their families and communicate with their care team and interact with my fellow students. I then questioned myself, have I been transformed by my experience at Cedar Crest? Has it prepared me to make an uncertain world a better place? The answer is a resounding yes. When I grew up, the expectation was that women really did not need an education because they would get married and have families. This may seem foreign to many of you, but for me, it was just normal. But I wanted so much more than just normal. And now I have finally attained that goal. During these last years, I have become an advocate, an educator, and I hope an inspiration for what you can do in life if you are given an opportunity. Cedar Crest has given me that opportunity to become the person I always wanted to be. We all have more strength than we thought possible. I have often reflected on our nursing boot camp and sitting there feeling as if I did not belong. But I pushed forward. I have repeatedly said to juniors and even those in our graduating class, look around the room, find a friend, because it is those relationships that you forge that will help you get through this process. I may be older than most undergraduates, but many of my peers will tell you I'm not really any different than they are. We depend on each other and look to one another for strength. We have laughed, cried, sent late-night texts, celebrated one another's victories, and shared in our failures. We have become a family. As we now move forward beyond this day, we are prepared to take our place and make a difference because of our shared experiences here. We will set a new course and face whatever challenges may lay ahead with strength and commitment to our profession, our community, and our world, because that is who Cedar Crest College graduates are. Thank you.
In addition to celebrating the achievements of our students today, Cedar Crest College is happy to recognize an extraordinary individual with an honorary doctorate of humane letters. Maya Ajmira is president and CEO of Society for Science and publisher of its award-winning magazine, Science News. Maya has inspired generations of young people to be science and technology leaders and innovators through her work, with the goal of ensuring that every young person with a passion for STEM has the opportunity to pursue that passion. This advocacy and professional excellence exemplifies the Cedar Crest College mission. A graduate of another women's college, Bryn Mawr College, Maya founded the Global Fund for Children in 1994 when she was only 25 years old. Under Maya's 18 years of leadership, Global Fund for Children grew from a vision into one of the largest networks of grassroots organizations working on behalf of vulnerable children. She is also an award-winning children's book author of more than 20 titles, including Children from Australia to Zimbabwe, with more than 5 million readers worldwide. Since 2014, Maya has led the Society for Science. The organization celebrating its centennial is focused on promoting the understanding and appreciation of science and the vital role it plays in human advancement to inform, educate, and inspire. It is best known for its award-winning magazine, Science News, its world-class science research competitions, and its suite of innovative outreach and equity programs. In addition, Maya also served as the inaugural social entrepreneur in residence for Duke University and visiting professor for the practice of public policy at the Stanford School of Public Policy at Duke. She was a visiting scholar and professorial lecturer at the Paul H. Nitze School of Advanced International Studies at Johns Hopkins University and continues to serve as an adjunct on the faculty of the International Development Program. Maya graciously inspired our students in 2011 when she spoke on campus as part of the college's Reimert Lecture Series. I was so excited to welcome her to address our students again here, but due to the restrictions of COVID, she was unable to attend in person. Nonetheless, it is a great honor for me to present Maya with an honorary doctorate degree of humane letters. I happen to have it here. Therefore, by the authority granted by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to the trustees of Cedar Crest College, and by them delegated to me, I award you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters with all the rights, honors, privileges thereto pertaining, in token whereof I present you with a diploma and hood. Now please join me in welcoming Maya Ajmira.
President Mead, Board of Trustees, faculty and staff, thank you so much for this wonderful honor. Cedar Crest College is an exceptional institution of higher education for women, and I am so very proud to wear your colors today. My warmest congratulations to the graduates of Cedar Crest, parents, family, and friends. It is my honor to address you virtually on the occasion of your graduation. Not since the Vietnam War has a graduating class endured the disruption and change to life as we know it. As members of the Cedar Crest community, you have weathered the extreme change caused by this pandemic with grace, composure, resilience, and courage. You participated in challenging and sometimes painful discussions about racial justice and equity with compassion and understanding. And I applaud each and every one of you. So now I hope you will bear with me for a few minutes as I tell you a little bit about myself. I am the daughter of Indian immigrants brought up in Eastern North Carolina. My father, a physicist, and my mother, an entrepreneur who was an Avon lady and eventually started her own computer consulting company, had firm expectations of me. I was destined, or perhaps told, to become a doctor. I loved learning about science growing up. I loved tinkering and doing science experiments. I loved reading about famous scientists and healthcare workers like Marie Curie, who won the Nobel Prize twice in chemistry and physics, or Florence Nightingale, founder of modern nursing, or Harriet Tubman, the American abolitionist, conductor of the Underground Railroad, and a very resourceful nurse, and Clara Barton, founder of the American Red Cross. These were women in whose footsteps I wanted to follow. With a degree in biology from Bryn Mawr College, another women's college just a few hours away from Cedar Crest, I received a Rotary Fellowship that changed my life forever. I had wonderful professors who told me, Maya, if you want to learn about people and their communities, get a backpack and start traveling. I traveled from Thailand to Pakistan for a year and witnessed homegrown innovations taking place in people's backyards. During those travels, on a hot, dusty day, I stepped onto a train platform in Bhubaneswar, India. I was struck by an unusual sight. Amid the chaos, a group of children and a teacher were sitting in a circle, completely engrossed in simple learning exercises. When the lesson ended, I approached the teacher and learned that the children lived, played, begged on the train platforms. They did not go to school. I learned that a local organization, in its desire to provide the children with a pathway out of poverty, was meeting the children where they were by providing an education, clothing, and food. But most importantly, this informal school instilled in the children a sense of self-worth and empowered them to determine their own futures. Here was someone who, when faced with an incredibly challenging environment, found a new way to teach. On that train platform many years ago, I had my moment of obligation. I understood that my life's purpose was to serve. I thought this community was not only one facing these types of challenges. There are under-resourced communities all over the world, and I knew I needed to do something. And that moment led me to found the Global Fund for Children, an organization I led for 18 years that is dedicated to supporting the world's most vulnerable children and youth, and it's touched the lives of over 11 million young people. As you head into the world, you have an opportunity to serve as change agents. Many of you are poised to take on incredibly important roles in our healthcare system, from nursing to medicine to public health to social work. Our communities thank you for your dedication and your sacrifice. Let me say a special word of recognition to Cedar Crest's first graduating doctoral class in nursing. In a recent Gallup poll, nurses were ranked as the nation's most trusted profession for the 19th year in a row. This is no surprise. In the last year globally, we have seen the singular role that nurses have played in reducing the human toll of COVID-19. We have seen remarkable acts of courage as nurses have delivered comfort and care at great sacrifice to their own health and the health of their families. We have seen incredible teamwork, creativity, and collaboration as nurses, doctors, and various healthcare workers on the front line who have banded together to keep our hospitals and healthcare systems afloat. Whether you're poised to enter healthcare or take on another role in society, I call on everyone here today to never forget the importance of science when it comes to the advancement of the human condition. At the Society for Science, the organization I lead today, our century-long mission has been to promote the understanding and appreciation of science. Never before in my career have I seen the importance of that mission quite like I have seen over the last year. As our nation and the world at large seeks to find a way out of this pandemic, you have an opportunity and a responsibility to increase science literacy in your communities, helping people understand the importance of science in addressing so many of the challenges we face, from this pandemic to the climate crisis. We have quickly learned that the future of economy can be impacted by science as much as business. Thanks to science, we have vaccines, and we understand the importance of masks and social distancing. These discoveries have been critical to getting our people back to work, into grocery stores, schools, and into our communities. My point is not that we need a planet of scientists, but we do need greater appreciation for the role of science in our world, in government, in education, in business, in households. Every one of us has a role in achieving that. Lastly, I want to stress that a belief in science starts early. We must do everything possible to make sure that our young people, from kindergarten to high school, develop a lasting trust and bond with science. I'm quite fanatical about this now, that science matters and we must start early. And that brings me to my final point, which is the need for extraordinary leadership. In the last year, we have seen acts of extraordinary leadership when it has been needed the most. We've also seen that at its best, leadership is based on dedication and purpose. Each and every one of you has shown yourself to be a leader. We've all had to embrace change, get creative, and chart a new course. You have proven to yourselves to be versatile, whether that meant finding a new way to conduct research or developing new methods for connecting with professors and classmates. We've also seen leaders in our communities step up and answer the call to service. Whether it's President Meade working tirelessly to ensure Cedar Crest students were able to continue to achieve at the highest levels while also remaining safe, or Dr. Fauci, who is out to keep our nation safe during this pandemic, and may be the only virologist to become a household name, or the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement and the Stop Asian Hate movement, who are speaking truth to power. For all the challenges we face, whether we are talking about the current pandemic or seeking increased diversity, equity, and inclusion, we need extraordinary leaders from all walks of life. Courage, trust, and leadership. These are the themes that are interwoven in our collective narrative. If we are to succeed, It does and will take courage, trust, and leadership. Lastly, I want to encourage all of you, the Cedar Crest graduates, to seize opportunities as you see them. Trust your gut and take calculated risks to do good for the world. I call on each and every one of you to go out into the world and find your moment of obligation. Dream big. Use all that you have learned during your time at Cedar Crest to make the world a better place. Thank you so much, and best of luck to all of you. Godspeed.
Good evening. So it's a widely accepted practice that schools of nursing host a pinning ceremony for their new graduate nurses who are entering the nursing profession. We've not been able to welcome our new nurses with a formal ceremony over the last year during the pandemic, but we've done our best to properly initiate them into the profession. Graduates have all received their Cedar Crest College nursing pins, compliments of Partners in Nursing, and they've shared their pin dedications in a commemorative program that was previously distributed. While tonight's commencement is not a traditional pinning ceremony, it incorporates a critical element: the tradition of the nursing community recitation of the Nightingale Pledge. With 4 powerful statements, our new nursing graduates commit to practice ethically and morally in the presence of the nursing community. So at this time, I ask the new nursing graduates to please rise. And I invite all nurses in the audience to also rise and join us in renewing our oath as we together recite the Nightingale Pledge. And it's found in your program. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly, to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. I will work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Congratulations to the class of 2021, and welcome to the most trusted profession.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree. They have been recommended for this degree by vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees, and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Joel David Batala. Daniel Bioric, Jr. Jeremiah Scott Davidson. Christopher Robert Ailey. Kelly Flanley. Anthony T. Hernandez. Andrew Joseph Hornick. John Matthew Lohman. Hakeem Cernu. Please join me in congratulating our Doctor of Nursing Practice graduates. Will the candidate for the degree of Master of Arts in Art Therapy please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting this candidate for the degree of Master of Art Therapy. She has been recommended for this degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the state of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Art Therapy, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduate please come forward to accept your degree? Adlira Nassimi. Please join me in congratulating our Master of Art Therapy graduate. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration. They have been recommended for the degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Administration, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Cassandra Paige Cabral Castro. Caitlin Amanda Carbone Unger. Valerie J. Downing. Karina Ruiz. Lynn Marie Staples. Brittany Laura Turanides. Please join me in congratulating our Master of Business Administration graduates. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Education please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Master of Education. They have been recommended for this degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Education, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Margaret Genevieve Dunn. Nia Vanessa Bratrick. Danielle Denise Jackson. Victoria Lindenmuth. Jessica Elizabeth Martin. Marilyn Navarro. Daniel Wayne Phillips. Allison Mira Pearson. Rebecca Felicia Pishko. Laura Tominai. Emily Grace Williams. Danielle Walk. Please join me in congratulating our Master of Education graduates. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Health Science please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Master of Health Science. They have been recommended for the degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Health Science, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, In token whereof, I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Rabia Darcy Bauer. Yvonne Mall. Kellen Lorraine Neff. Cassandra Angelina Pagnotta. Taylor Jessica Shearer. Catherine Scarrato. Lindy Jean Wien. Please join me in congratulating our Master of Health Science graduates. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science. They have been recommended for the degree by vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees, and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Caitlin Elizabeth Beadler. Ryan James Hinojosa. Amber Renee Rose. Please join me in congratulating our Master of Science in Forensic Science graduates. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Integrative Exercise Science please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Integrative Exercise Science. They have been recommended for this degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees, and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Integrative Exercise Science, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degree? Ashley Lauren Heffelfinger. Nathan Earl Miller. Please join me in congratulating our Master of Science in Integrative Exercise Science graduates. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. They have been recommended for this degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees, and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Nursing, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Emilio Enrique Cativa. Tara Rose Deal. Shannon Elizabeth Delger. Sherry Lynn Evans. Rihanna Fornwall. Jennifer Lee Lapp. McKenna Teresa Linoski. Anne-Marie Doreen Mateo. Danelle Miller. Jill Patrice Peoples. Whitney Maria Shannon. Emily T. Sorrentino. Brittany Leanna Rando. Tamoya L. Thomas. Please join me in congratulating our Master of Science in Nursing graduates. Will the candidate for the degree of Modular Master of Science please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting this candidate for the Modular Master of Science degree. She has been recommended for this degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Modular Master of Science degree, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduate please come forward to accept your degree? Tiffany A. Crush. Please join me in congratulating our Modular Master of Science candidate. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing please rise? Madam President, I have the pleasure of presenting these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. They are recommended for this degree by a vote of the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees and in them by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof I will convey to you your diploma.
Will the graduates please come forward to accept your degrees? Asher Rose Atwood, magna cum laude and a graduate of our honors program. Shannon Elizabeth Bean. Laura Nicole Bellew. Emily Michelle Bruchak. Catrielle Nicole Shahadi. Kristen Elizabeth Daly. Patricia Ann Dalton, cum laude. Alexa Christine DeAndrea. Chelsea Nicole Diorio. Adelise Gonzalez. Nicole Marie Hill. Kaylin Ann Hostetter. Erin Ann Kadrowich. Felicia A. Kern. Kristen Ann Kresge. Kara Elise Montagna. Alyssa Faith Muller. Amanda Lynn Rice. Brittany Caroline Ritchie. Rebecca Jean Roberts. Crystal Rosa Rush. Sadie Jo Schlichting. Jillian Brenna Schmeck. Samantha Constance Schrader. Emily Rose Sire. Andrea Lynn Snyder. Madison Lauren Snyder. Georgina Dallas Van Norden. Madison Ann Yasko. Please join me in congratulating all of our Bachelor of Science and Nursing degree graduates.
All right, would all of the graduates now please rise? Come on, up, up. Congratulations on your success. You may now move your tassel to the left side of your cap because you are officially graduates. Congratulations to everybody, and you may now be seated for the conclusion of our commencement.
Congratulations, class of 2021. As the president of the Alumni Association, and on behalf of over 15,000 alumni, it's my pleasure to be the first to welcome you and recognize you as members of the Cedar Crest College Alumni Association. The lapel pin that you previously received is a special gift to you from the Alumni Association. It represents all that you have experienced in and out of the classroom during your years at the college, and I would be remiss if I didn't applaud you for all that you have achieved during these final, unusual, and extraordinary semesters. You have the distinction of succeeding like no one before you, or at least since the class of 1920. It is also a symbol of the education, friendships, and opportunities that will continue to follow you throughout your life. From today forward, the great class of 2021 will represent Cedar Crest College in communities and workplaces around the world. Go to these places and share your enthusiasm, good spirit, and pride in where you have been. You are the greatest ambassadors the college has, and we are so proud to have you join us. Congratulations, graduate. Please turn your attention to the screen for Voices performance of our alma mater.
Far out on Cedar Crest, stately and tall,
This is a new day, a day unlike any other, a day of completion, a day of hope. You have made your way through years of academic rigor. You have adjusted to the uncertainty of a pandemic. You have faced an unsettled world with creativity and with focus, and you have achieved what you set out to do. Go with your heads held high. This is your moment.